All right, here's a really cool one. If your wrist can support it, and we'll talk about the size in a minute, but this is the Certina DS Action Diver with the powermatic 80 movement in it. So it has that newer 80-hour power reserve movement that they changed a few things on. So right away, obviously, this model is available in other colors. My good friend Jack chose the green, and I think that was pretty wise because it definitely stands out. I like the use of green. Definitely the metal insert on the bezel, and then with that phenomenal AR coating on that crystal, on that flat crystal, it basically makes the crystal disappear. So you really have direct access to that wonderful dial and handset. So, and again, with the Certina, you're going to get that turtle case back. I think this is probably one of my favorite case backs. The smoothness of it, and the turtle, of course, on there with all the information. So you can see it is ISO 6425 certified 300 meter dive watch. Very smooth, solid end links. Nice bracelet. You can see it has screw links there. Pretty sure. Is that screw links? It is not screw links. I'm sorry. I seen that slot in there and I thought it was a screw link, but they are push links or push pins for the links. But you do have two different size links, so you're going to be able to get a perfect size. You can see they have the smaller links down here, and I like the way Certina uses the simple milled out double pusher clasp, and this one also carries the super sleek dive extension or auto adjust, if you will. It is, you can push it in without the buttons. It'll ratchet in, but it won't pull out anymore. So, but they still do it even with a thinner, overall thinner clasp there. Where some of the other manufacturers I've seen, they get that clasp way too thick, I think, in my opinion. So overall, really good finishing. I love the green with the red. You can see just a great looking dial and nice date window cut out there, and you still have the indice off to the side. The lume I noticed on the hands is a little more potent than the lume on the indices. So initial brightness definitely is not anything amazing, but I haven't tested this, but I'm kind of thinking that the lume might last a little bit longer. I could be wrong. I'm not sure what they used on this exactly, but it's definitely no Seiko lume. It's actually closer to like what you would see on Hamilton, unfortunately. So, but I'm not sure how long it'll last. So, okay, now this is a little bit bigger watch. Some of the dimensions are totally fine. So, like thickness, 13 millimeter. The case width, on the website, they say it's a 43. I measured it at 42.5. So case width, all that stuff, and the thickness, totally fine. It does have a 21 millimeter lug width when I measured it, and it tapers down to in between 18 and 19, somewhere in there. So now where the issue becomes is your lug to lug. So the lug to lug on the case itself is 51 millimeter. But you have that first link being a fixed link, the center link. So if you measure effectively from the fixed center links, from those points, you are at 56.8 millimeter. So it needs a little bit wider wrist. You know what I'm saying? I can pull it off on a 7 1/4. I can pull it off no problem. But I don't know if you have much smaller wrist than a 7 1/4. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to pull this off overall for a look. I mean, anybody can wear any watch. You can wear whatever you want. And if you like the way it looks, then so be it. But, for the general rule of having the watch not exceed past the top of your wrist. This one kind of maxes out at 7 1/4 or larger wrist. So definitely a larger watch. It wears great. It's super comfortable. The price point on it, I think I looked it up on Joma right now. Jomashop has them for $595. The MSRP on them is definitely higher, but you shop around, you can get them some other places. But I'll show you it next to a Samurai so you can have a size comparison. I just happen to have one here, so maybe a turtle if you guys are used to the Seiko turtle. You can see there for a size comparison. So it definitely has some presence. It's not a weak watch in that department, that's for sure. So bezel action is really nice, very clean and crisp. The crown action is actually really good. When you unscrew it, you keep going until you get a nice solid pop right there. I don't know if you maybe even heard that. It comes out with authority, and there's like no wiggle. I mean, it is really tight. And then, of course, you have the first notch is going to be for your date set, and the second one's going to hack it, and then you can go ahead and set your time. And, of course, you can also wind it. So, and catching the threads, it catches them really good and just screws right in. So, I think overall, if you have a 7 1/4 or larger wrist, there are some other colorations of this that also look really good. I think the green is really cool. I'll put a link to Jack's channel in the description. I noticed he just changed the name of it, so I'm just going to put a link. I'm not even going to say it because I don't know if he's going to change it again. I think he's trying to tweak his channel name to try to get it with something that works for him. But I think once he gets that sorted, I think he's got a really good channel. I like the way he talks about and shows the. I think he'll be doing watches and general EDC items and everything like that. So definitely go check it out. Let me know what you think about his channel, and let me know what you guys think about this watch. Definitely a cool dive extension there. And that Caseback is awesome too. Very fun. Cool watch. I love the AR on that. That crystal like disappears. Very well done. I mean, it is hard to get glare on this thing. So, all right, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next vid.